Hey guys, what is up? It's Take here back with another video, and today guys, we're gonna go ahead and see how the iPad Air 2 is doing in 2019 in terms of performance, and also whether or not you should buy it. Also, this video will actually be the first video on my channel to be shot in 4K, so make sure to watch this video in 4K if you do have a 4K display. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So starting off with the design, it is very light and thin, and it's generally very clean and appealing. However, its bezels are a little big for 2019, especially compared to the newer iPads, but if you don't mind it, I think that overall the design is still pretty great. Next, we're going to run some Geekbench on the iPad just to get a basic idea of what the performance is like. As you can see in the video, the iPad Air 2 has a score of about 1,847 for single core and 4,511 for multi-core. Although through day-to-day use it's not the slowest, its OH definitely reflects in its Geekbench scores against some of the more recent iPads. Next, we're going to go ahead and test out the performance in terms of gaming. For this video, we're going to be playing NBA 2K19, Fortnite Mobile, and PUBG Mobile. For Fortnite Mobile, although the FPS can go up to 30 FPS, there's a lot of sudden lag spikes while playing, and the best graphics settings for it is only a low. Next, for PUBG Mobile, there's a lot less lag spikes for it, but the graphics are still pretty bad, as you can see in this clip where the buildings and trees are still not generated while I was parachuting down from the plane. However, once you do land down, although you still only get around 30 FPS, it is very smooth. Finally, to NBA 2K19, with all the settings at high, there were no lag spikes and the gameplay experience was pretty great. In terms of battery, although playing newer and more graphic intensifying games does kill the battery a lot faster, I use the iPad Air 2 daily for school, so in my experience I usually charge it every 2 to 3 days, and on it I mostly use Google Drive, Google Docs, slides, and etc. for class. Watching YouTube and Netflix also doesn't use too much battery, so I think that the battery life is pretty solid as long as you don't play too much games. Right now, an official refurbished iPad Air 2 is around $100 to $300, but unless you can find an iPad Air 2 that is in the $100 range, I would recommend you to buy an iPad 6th generation, which only costs $300 brand new and was released back in 2018. But again, if you do manage to pick up an iPad Air 2 under $200, I still think that it is still a really good value. Anyways, in the end, I still think that the iPad Air 2 is still a pretty solid device in 2019. iOS 12 will probably be the last OS that Apple will support for the iPad Air 2, but it will still take a couple of years before all the apps stop working for it. In terms of price, I would really not recommend going over the $200 price point for the iPad Air 2, as there are better and newer iPads out there that are only a little more expensive. However, as long as you're still in the $100 range, I think that is still a great tablet for many people in terms of battery life and performance.